Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona. Welcome back if you're practicing with me again. Today's class is a 60-minute Vinyasa to Yin class featuring a warming and energizing Vinyasa flow class before melting into stillness in some softer Yin postures. And in this class, because the Yin is a little bit abridged, second half of class, we hold postures for about 2 to 3 minutes. And all you'll need for practice is a block or a couple of folded blankets. If you are enjoying the classes on a regular basis and you'd like to support me, I'm on Patreon. All the details are in the description below. I hope you really enjoy this nourishing and balanced practice. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.
And begin your practice coming into your comfortable seat, propping yourself on the edge of a blanket or a cushion to bring about a sense of ease and steadiness to your posture. Invite your spine to rise tall from the ground of your pelvis, drawing your chin slightly in and down. Allow the back of your neck to lengthen. Closing your eyes or take a soft gaze over the tip of your nose. Allow yourself to become fully present. Just be here as you are. No strain or force. Landing your awareness softly in your body. Release, relax all the muscles not needed to hold your posture. Invite your shoulders to soften down, your jaw can loosen. And gradually allow your awareness to gather around the sensations of your breath and your body. Be in your experience without having to change anything. And now taking 3 breaths, 2 sips of air in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Together now, inhaling for 2, exhaling through your mouth. Again. Sealing your lips now, cultivating an even, steady breath in and even, steady breath out. 3 more cycles of breath. And gently slide your eyes open and release your fingertips down by your sides. On your inhale, circle your arms overhead, feel your palms touch. Exhale, lower your hands to prayer at your heart. Inhale, send your prayer overhead. On your exhale, take your arms wide, spread your fingers and roll your wrists as you lower your hands to the floor. Adding on, inhale, arms overhead, palms to touch. Lower your hands to prayer at your heart. Breathing in, send your prayer hands overhead and then side bend to your right. Right fingertips down, Steer your left arm over to your right. Roll your chin around the front of your chest. Send your gaze up to your left. And then draw 3 circles with your left arm, circling back, forward over the horizon line, over to your right, and twice more, opening into the left side of your chest. On your inhale, bring yourself upright, your arms out wide to a T. Then take eagle arms, wrap your right arm over, left arm under, and either press your palms or hold opposite shoulders, doming your upper back as you draw your forearms forward. Circle your eagle arms now over to your left, forward and down, over to your right, through center. Twice more. And release, unravel, lower your fingertips down by your sides. Inhale, circle your arms overhead, pray your hands, lower your hands to your heart. Breathe your palms overhead, and then side bend to your left. Roll your chin down and around the front of your chest, gazing up to your right. And then circle your right arm 3 times, just exploring your own comfortable range. Breathable movement through your right shoulder. As you inhale, press upright, arms wide to a T, and then eagle arms, left arm over, your right arm under. Let your shoulder blades slip down your spine, bring your forearms forward, and circle your eagle arms over to your right now, down, and then over to your left. Twice more. Just feeling how your body moves and responds with your breath. Coming back to center, release your arms and shift forward onto all fours, tabletop position. Take a moment to feel the floor meet your hands, your knees, your shins and toes. Then start to draw a figure 8 with your upper body, middle, lower back, just leaning out into the sides of your ribs, your hips. And letting your head gently move with the rest of your spine. Inviting your breath to follow the pattern of your movement. Reverse your figure 8. Last few breaths here, moving in any way that feels intuitive. Just notice what your body's calling for. And meet me in a neutral spine. Walk your hands forward and lower yourself down onto your belly for sphinx pose. Coming onto the forearms. Stretch and engage your legs back all the way to the edge of your toes. And then lift your ribs forward and up as you take your shoulders back in space. Take a few breaths here. Concentrating on finding a comfortable uniform curve through your whole spine so no one part of your spine feels pinched. And then continuing to warm, engage your back body, lower yourself down, take your hands by your ribs and we'll seesaw between locust and cobra. Keep your hands down, your head low, raise just your legs for half locust, and then land your feet, lift your chest for cobra. You gently, without moving them, dragging your hands back. Once more between the two, head low, locust legs, and land your feet and lift your chest for cobra. Lower and press back to child's pose. Take your buttocks to your heels. Just pause, decompress through your low back with another full breath in and a full breath out. All together now, next breath, return to tabletop. Tuck your toes, hover your knees, and slowly press back to downward facing dog. And be generous in your first downward facing dog. You can widen your hands, widen your feet. Place a soft bend in your knees. And move your heart toward your thighs. And then turn your toes to your left, your heels to your right. Push your right hand down a lot and move the weight more toward your legs with a little bend in your knees. Coming into a side body stretch, and just for a breath or two, lighten your left hand so you come to your fingertips. Maybe peek out underneath your left armpit. Feel the length through the left side of your body. Take a breath in and twist a little bit more on your breath out. On your inhale, shift forward to plank pose, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Over to the other side, turn your toes to the right, heels to the left. Press strongly into your left hand, and then lift up onto the right fingertips, turning the gaze out underneath your right armpit. And then inhale, plank pose. Downward facing dog, exhale. Movement to breath now. Inhale in your down dog. Exhale, shift to the left, bend your knees, gentle twist. Breathing in, plank, straighten your legs. Breathing out, twist to your right. Inhale, plank. Once more, twist to your left. Plank on your inhale. And twist to your right. Inhale, forward to plank and pause. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward now, and step lightly to the top of your mat. Space your feet hips width apart. Bend your knees deeply and slip the palms of your hands under the soles of your feet for gorilla arms. On your inhale, lift a quarter way, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold chest to thighs, elbows wide. Shoulders move back and your head rests toward the floor. Sending the weight of your body toward your toes. Lift your palms against your feet, stretching into the back of your wrists. Release your hands now, hang in ragdoll, your arms soggy, knees bent. Then gently, slowly roll and rise to stand. Join your palms at your heart center, landing steady with an open posture in Tadasana. We'll move through 2 rounds, Surya Namaskar, C variation. Movement to breathe, to warm and open. On your inhale, link your thumbs, space your fingers, take a big arch up and back. On your exhale, wing your hands behind your back, lace your fingers and forward fold, softly bend your knees. On your inhale, release your hands to your shins, take a halfway lift. Exhale, lunge your right foot back for runner's lunge. Pause on your fingertips, lead your heart forward. On your exhale, pulse to a long pyramid pose. Lift your hips and work towards straightening your left leg. On your inhale, come to low lunge, tap your right knee to the floor, raise your arms, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, hands to the floor. And here we'll step back to a 3-point plank with your left leg lifted. Pause, greet your shape. And then exhale, lower to your belly for locust, cobra. Head stays low, raise just your legs, Ardha Shalabhasana. Lower your feet, seesaw, lift your chest for Bhujangasana. Lower and press back to child's pose, Balasana. And return to downward facing dog. On your inhale, slowly raise your right leg up and back. On your exhale, step to runner's lunge. Pause, take a breath in your lunge. Exhale, pyramid pose, standing high on the balls of your left toes. Next, inhale, low lunge, soften your left knee to the floor, arms rise. Exhale, hands to your mat and step up. Lengthen your chest forward, folding in chest to thighs. Rise to stand with a new breath. Hands to prayer. Another round, link your thumbs, reach your arms, go up, slightly back. Exhale, shoulder stretch, bend your knees and forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Fingertips down, step your left foot back, runner's lunge. On your exhale, pyramid pose. Low lunge on your inhale, arm sweep up. Hands to the floor, 3-point plank with your right foot lifting. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, raise just your legs. Land your feet and lift your chest. Lower and press back to child's pose. Glide up all fours and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot to your hands, runner's lunge. On your exhale, pyramid. On your inhale, low lunge. Right knee to the floor, arms rise. Hands to your mat and step up. Open and fold with the wave of your breath. Come to stand. Hands to prayer. Next breath in, chair pose. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Step back to plank pose. One push up. Halfway down, chaturanga. Pause. Press back to plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg. Exhale, core lunge in the air now, right knee to chest. Breathe your right leg straight back. Exhale, step through to warrior one. Anchor your left heel, raise the arms overhead, pausing here. Firm your left thigh straight. Feel your right heel heavy. And then soften, spread all your toes. Bring your palms to touch overhead and lower your palms. Interlace your fingers. Press your fists forward and hinge out over your right leg. On your inhale, rise up, straighten your legs and turn your palms to the sky. Exhale, release the hands and interlace your hands behind your back. Nice broad chest, inhale. Exhale, rebend your right knee and fold for humble warrior. Keep your right hip hugging in towards center. Keep your hands interlaced, coming upright. Pivot onto your left toes and lean your chest forward, stepping into warrior 3. Left leg rises. Shoulder blades squeeze together as your fists draw back. Transition into chair pose, feet together. Top of the mat, arms rise. Chair twist to your right, holding here. Merging your palms together to open your chest. Release and fold with your exhale. Lengthen your chest forward. On your exhale, step your left foot back to lunge. Right foot back, 3-point plank. Right leg hovering. Exhale, lower to your belly for locust, cobra. Inhale, legs lift. Land your feet and lift your chest, cobra. Lower and press back to child's pose. Empty your lungs. Inhale, all forwards. Exhale, glide back, downward facing dog. Again, raise your right leg up and back. Exhale now, step your right foot halfway up your mat over into the right lane. Moving into side plank on your left, pivot your heels to the left, balance on your left hand, reach your right arm up, and then overhead. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower your hips and sweep your right hand toward the back of your mat. Inhale, lift your hips and reach your right arm overhead. Keep stabilizing the left shoulder blade in. Exhale, lower your hips, send your right arm back. Once more, inhale, lift your hips and hold. Gaze down, hands down, return to plank. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pause and find stillness. Deliberately inviting your breath to slow down with a few longer out breaths. Smoothing the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, forward gaze, soft knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Lengthen on your inhale, fold with your exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step back to plank pose. Steady gaze, steady engagement. Lower for one push-up, chaturanga. Press back, plank. And downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg. One time, core lunge, left knee to your chest. Inhale, down dog splits. And step to warrior 1. Ground and anchor your heels, find your steady breath as we hold here. Inhale, press your palms overhead, lower your palms to your heart, lace your fingers. Then press your fists forward, hinge out over your left leg. Inhale, rise up, straighten your legs, turn your palms to the sky, stretch up. And then swim your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Inhale here. Exhale, rebend your left knee and fold for humble warrior. Keep your hands interlaced, coming upright. Pivot onto your right toes and then slowly hinge forward into a warrior three. So your right leg lifting, right leg engaged. And quietly stepping up for Utkatasana, chair pose, feet together, arms by your ears. And then chair twist to your left, pausing here. Release and fold over your legs. Inhale, chest forward, open through your throat. And then step your right foot back, lunge. Step your left foot back, 3-point plank. Lower to your belly for locust, cobra. Inhale, legs lift. Land your feet, lift your chest. Lower and press back to your child's pose, buttocks to your heels. All fours, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, raise your left leg high. Step your left foot halfway up the mat, moving into side plank on your right. Turn your heels to your right. Stand into your right hand, left arm reaches up and then overhead. So firm your right shoulder blade in to stabilize. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower your hips, sweep your left hand toward the back of your space. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, lower your hips, left hand moves back. Once more, inhale, lift and hold. Return to plank. And press back to downward facing dog. Steady your gaze, settle. Make contact with your breath. Inhale, raise your right leg. Exhale, core lunge in the air. Breathe your right leg straight back. Exhale now, step to warrior two. As you come upright, center your spine with a light squeeze to your left buttocks to lift your right hip. Reaching equally forward with your right arm, extending back with your leg. Interlace your hands behind your back. Move into temple pose, face the long edge of your mat, heels in, bend your knees. And then keeping a nice softness around your neck and your face and your jaw as you work deeply in the legs. Moving into right side triangle pose, straighten your legs. Deliberately turn your right toes to 12 o'clock and then just take your time with your transition. So your breath has time to fill up completely, empty fully. And then reach your left arm overhead. Taking a half bind, sweep your left hand now behind your back. either to the small of your back or snag the inside of your right thigh. And then keeping your half bind, move into bound side angle pose, bend into your right knee. And your right forearm could rest on your right thigh or right fingertips to the floor. And you might also like to lengthen your stride between your feet. So just aware of your shape, your posture, keeping your chest open, lungs available. And then just shift your left hand now to your left hip. Carefully now, we're stepping into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, elevating your left leg so it's firm and engaged. Slowly turning your pelvis toward the long edge of your mat. Same time, squeeze the base of your right buttocks. Just to stabilize, left hand to the sky. Landing softly into a runner's lunge, left toes step back. Take a moment to pause and ground yourself. And then stepping into left side Vashisthasana, side plank. Spin to the outer edge of your left foot. An option to step your right foot halfway down the mat as we did earlier, or stack your legs straight. Holding here, lifting and engaging your obliques, left side waist. Keep your legs firm, tailbone lengthening toward your heels, in line with the back of your skull. One more breath in. Eyes down, return to plank. Press back to downward facing dog. And final side now. Inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, core lunge in the air, just moving mindfully with your breath. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, step to warrior two. Rising with your in-breath and settling in with your out-breath. Finding the sweet spot through your spine in the shape. Straight up and down, so there's a feeling of levity in your upper body. If you have space, you can explore lunging a little deeper. Same time, keep your right leg firm. So there's a little open cave in the arch of your right foot. Moving into temple pose this time, hands to prayer. Shoulder blades in and down your back. And then moving into left side triangle pose, straightening your legs. Deliberately turning your left toes straight forward now, firming your quads. Right arm goes up. Gently overhead, any amount. Taking your half bind, sweep the back of your right hand behind your back. Any variation here, just encourage your right shoulder to move back in space. You're opening your chest. One more breath in. Keep your half bind and just bend into your left knee for bound side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. Just finding your own version that feels open and breathable, maybe lengthening your stride so you can lunge a little deeper. Try and press up and out of your waistline so you revolve your left ribs under your right, turning your chest open. Take your right hand to your right hip now, looking down, transitioning into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So your left hand is your foundation, balancing on your left foot, right leg lifts. Just really slowly, right hand to the sky, and try and engage all your limbs when you arrive. Land softly into a runner's lunge, your right toes step back. Take a moment to pause, the breath to feel, and then as elegantly as you can, stepping into right side, Vashisthasana, side plank, spin to the outer edge of your right foot, and your left foot could be halfway down the mat or stack your legs. Just pausing here, create a rainbow through the underside of your body. One more breath in, return to plank, and then press back to your downward facing dog. Final down dog of the class, you can lengthen your stride, widen your feet, and offer your back body some space. So you're lengthening your arms, your legs, your spine. And then gently soften your knees to the floor, transition into a brief child's pose, bringing your arms alongside your body. Connecting now to a feeling of non-doing. Letting this shape start to invoke a feeling of surrender. And then gently roll up. Gather your props you've prepared, any additional layers of clothing for warmth and cozy comfort as we enter the yin portion of class. So to begin here, we'll move into melting heart pose with a little variation. You may wish to pad your knees here with a blanket over your mat. Come to rest down onto your forearms and bring the palms together. Then slowly start to walk your elbows away from your knees until you get to the point where you can rest your forehead down to the floor. And then from here, lean your hips back, a little actually behind your knees. So there's a heaviness to your hips that offers a gentle traction, opening for your shoulders. And you're welcome to hold here for the next 3 minutes, palms pointing forward, or turn your palms back toward the nape of your neck. Or if you'd like to work into one shoulder at a time and you have the space, you can walk your elbows over to your left, just a few inches. Then set your head back down again and see if you can walk your right elbow a little further away from your right knee on this diagonal. Wherever you're at, just softening all muscular efforting. Try and feel the exterior of your body still as you tune into the deeper movement coming from inside your body. The soft movement of your breath. And if your mind wanders, you can re-enter the vibrancy of this moment with your breath, through its sensation, through its sound. If you're on a diagonal, walk back through center and over to your right. And here you're taking your left elbow a little further away from your left knee, and then settle, rest your head. Just allow the stillness to be a mechanism of change, simply experiencing the subtle sensations, changes that happen when you allow yourself to be still. And walk your hands back to center. Take a breath or two here. Stretch your arms out straight. And then just gently lean back into a child's pose. Any comfortable position for your arms. And then from here, rising up, we'll take a seat, moving into a seated twist. And for this posture, you may wish to prop a folded blanket under your seat, elevate your spine, and just sit a little bit more comfortably. And I'd recommend this if you feel your pelvis tipping back when you try and sit upright. So we'll take both legs out in front, bend your right knee, place your right foot to your outer left leg. An option to stay here or bend your left knee and slide your left heel toward your right buttocks. Set your right fingertips to the floor behind you. And just take an inhale to sit tall. And then wrap your left elbow and hug your right knee. So here, just let it be a loose and gentle twist. You could keep the gaze straight ahead to your right or over your right shoulder. We're here for the next 2 minutes. Gently dim your gaze, feel into your shape. Sense the expansion of your breath, offering a soft lift to your spine, creating space to revolve as you breathe out. Very incremental. You're welcome to add a little more for the shoulders. See if you can glide your right shoulder blade toward your spine. And let your left shoulder blade move away from your spine. And taking a slow breath in. Looking forward and unravel your legs. We'll switch legs and then just pause there for a moment or two. Your eyes forward. Notice any sensations, asymmetries between your shoulders. And then take your left fingertips to the floor behind you. And again, just find a comfortable position for your right arm, hugging your knee, lengthening the crown of your head away from the ground of your pelvis. And then starting to twist. And you might like to add a little extra in for the shoulders. Your left shoulder blade glides back toward your spine. And then you're positioning your right arm so your right shoulder blade can be carried forward away from your spine. You're settling in, and again, just try and keep the position, but see if there's any effort you can let go of. And last few breaths here. And turn your gaze forward and slowly turn back and release. And sit quietly for a moment in your comfortable seat. You can close your eyes. Feel into your ribs and your shoulders. And from here, we'll transition into supine gomukasana. So we'll come down onto our right side, bend both knees, and you're going to reach your left hand behind your back and rest the back of your hand to your low or middle back. So you're just keeping that shape really loose and comfortable. And very carefully now roll onto your back, resting your weight onto your left arm. So notice how that feels in the front of your shoulder. If you need less sensation here, I'd recommend winging your left elbow out more to the side, to your left, so the back of your hand is more across your low back. And now take your right arm overhead. And option one, if you're tighter in your shoulders, bend your bend your elbow, your right elbow, and just cup the back of your head with your hand. Alternatively, you can take a loose cactus shape with your right arm. And for more sensation, perhaps you have more mobility in your shoulders, bend your elbow and walk your hand down behind your head toward your upper back. So no need to join your hands, just find a comfortable position where you can rest your head. So once you're situated, you can allow your knees to softly angle in toward one another. Your feet spaced wide. Just settling in 2 minutes here. Just keeping that space and room in your body for you to relax into your shape. Room for your breath to expand on your inhales. Your muscles to soften on your exhales. Just feel the weight of your head release back. And that domino effect down into your neck and your shoulders. Take your awareness into your left hand and where it meets the mat. Usher your breath there. See if you can soften the muscles around your hand. Maybe your middle back or your lower back there. And take a deep breath in. And then release your right arm down by your side. Roll back onto your right side and release your left arm. Just pause there on your side. And then we'll switch sides, rolling over onto your left side. Right arm alongside your body. Turn your palm back and gently walk it onto your back, or for more, directing your hand up your spine. Roll back so you lean back onto your hand, your back. Make any adjustments that you need to. The elbow can be along out to the side. And now take your left arm overhead or bend your elbow. So work out what feels best there. A little deeper. Left arm will go down your spine. You rest your head onto your arm. A little bit more open, a cactus arm, or just rest your head into your hand. Just following your breath all the way in, all the way out. And if sensation is building for you and your shape still feels manageable, just see if you could be with that sensation with a deep, soft breath. Last few breaths here. Slow breath in. And as you breathe out, roll to your left side. Take a moment there. Unravel your arms. Just feel the circulation return through your arm, your shoulder. And then gently press back up. Come to a seat. We're going to move into a seated diamond pose, working into the outer hips and your spine. Bringing the soles of your feet together. And then slide your feet forward until you have a very loose diamond shape with your legs. You're also welcome to prop a blanket cushion underneath your seat. You can also prop cushions or blocks underneath your knees if you're a little tighter in the hips here. And then just very incrementally step the hands forward and wide. Start to curve and fold forward. So there's no rush to arrive, just seeking mild levels of sensation. If it makes sense in your body as you linger, you may explore threading your arms under your legs. And the option is to rest your head onto a block or some sort of cushioning if that's available. You can just let your head hang. Noticing all that you can sense and feel. Allowing your mind to find those sensations. Offering yourself an anchor for your attention. And taking 2 more slow, calm breaths. And gently walking your hands back. So you're just slowly unfolding, bringing yourself upright. Head comes last. Just simply sit here, perhaps fold the knees in, cross the legs, or extend them forward. Moment to rebound. And then, if you haven't already, slide your legs out in front of you. Have a block or your folded blanket with you. Any extra layers you'd like to wear now as we recline down onto our back. Transitioning into our final posture, a supported bridge pose before Shavasana. Bending both knees, place your feet flat to the floor and lifting your hips and placing your block on its lowest setting if you have a block, or fold a blanket under your sacrum. So this is where the back of your pelvis meets your low back. So just make sure that your prop's not pinching into your low back. And you can rock side to side softly. Wiggle your shoulder blades under your back. Begin to soften and spread your feet into the ground as your inner thighs spiral down toward the floor, which will help widen the back of your pelvis more. Feeling for a soft, mild curve through the length of your spine. And for more sensation along the front of your hips, you may wish to extend one leg or both legs forward. So we pause here for the next couple of minutes. For more sensation in your chest, shoulders, you can take your arms overhead or in a loose cactus shape. And then just noticing where in your body your attention's drawn. And see if you can sense what it might feel like for your breath to be there. And perhaps you actually feel your breath there, or maybe it's just an intention or a thought. Settling into this moment with your breath. Inviting your breath to meet any hard or stuck places. Each new exhale an invitation to melt into your shape. And the last few breaths here. And if you had your legs out long, bending your knees, feet to the floor to lift your hips. Slide your props out to one side and just come really slowly down the length of your spine, softly landing, pausing there, just letting your spine spontaneously return to its neutral shape, relaxing through your low back. And take the next few breaths now, either windshield wipering your knees side to side, Or just gather your knees in toward your chest, give yourself a squeeze, finding a soothing release for your back and your own body. And resting now in Shavasana. Extend your legs out long and wide, letting your feet fall out to the side so your hips can soften. Lay your arms wide to the sides of your body, your palms skyward. Invite your shoulders to relax. Allow yourself to yield into the support beneath you and let go of any bracing. Commit now your whole body to rest and let go. And gently, softly awakening your senses, listening for the sounds that surround you. Feeling the touch of air on your skin. Wriggle your fingers, your toes, and stretch out in any way that feels natural for you. Bending your knees, feet to the floor. Rolling out to your right side, just slide your eyes open, welcome in the light of the room. Softly press your way back up to sit. And I really hope this practice offered you an opportunity to feel at ease and feel nourished. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.